Hey, what's going on? It's been a while since anything has happened over here, and actually, it's been literally forever since we've posted something actually related to TV other than The Walking Dead. It's literally been forever, we've never done it. So let's do it today. Parks Recreation, the main topic. That horrible train wreck. It used to be good, I'll give it that, but it's turd now, honestly. And I want to talk about the season returning, season 7. The first 4 episodes have been out in 2 weeks. So, 2 episodes every Tuesday. Really trying to pump this season out, aren't they? They want it to end as much as we do. They're like, alright, let's do it. Let's push them all out. Next week, they're airing the rest of the episodes, probably. Like, the whole of the season. Wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Probably won't. But anyway. It's a train wreck. Now, let me just talk about everything. The comedy aspect. It's nothing like it used to be, obviously. It never is. But, let me give it the benefit of the doubt here. It's better than... it's the same as it was last season. Meaning, it obviously didn't go down. It still has the same amount of comedy that it's always had. In the past, I would say... Maybe not 2 seasons, but like last season and this season, it stayed constant. My fear is that this season it would be gone completely. They seem to have... maintained it, but we can't tell. It's only 4 out of 13 episodes, but it seems fine. I'm not worried about the jokes or the comedy because I knew it wouldn't get better, but I'm just glad it didn't get worse. This is where I'm afraid. The plot. Which is really... it's bad. It's bad. Let's talk about it, alright? So, Tom Haverford, we all know him as the goofy, silly entrepreneur who is all about girls and more girls. Yeah, that's really all he's about, is girls and his business. And he's talking to this is gonna be a kind of like a summary, actually, more than an actual review. But Tom is talking with Andy, who is in every single movie ever made now. Chris Pratt is like the new Leonardo DiCaprio. He's in everything. I swear to God, this dude. He was gonna be in the Uncharted movie too, until he said, "Nah, I'm not doing it. That movie's too bad even for him to do. That movie's gonna be terrible." But anyway, back to Parks and Recreation. Tom is talking to Andy in one of his 5 new restaurants that suddenly opened in a 3-year time period, which is still not even a necessary thing to have happened. And he's like, "Yo, my life is perfect, but I want a chick to hang out with and to share the experience with." And he's like, "Alright, cool." And then, right as they're talking about this, Tom gets a message from Lucy, his old girlfriend, just randomly. He wants to catch up right at that exact moment. That's amazing. And she's in Chicago, and so Andy and Tom are like, "Let's do it." We go to Chicago that same day. They go there. They don't have enough money to pay the cab. The cab's like, "Pay me my money." They're like, "Nah." They walk away. That's it. Ha ha ha. Then Lucy just happens to be on the street, like, randomly. The cab pulls up to a building, Lucy's outside, like, alright. And, Tom doesn't know what to say, so Andy's like, "Yeah, we were here anyway," and Lucy's like, "Alright, cool, I buy it, it's believable. I'm just in Chicago," cause Andy's supposedly looking for a new job there. That's what he made up. So, now, they're in Chicago, and then, Tom is like, "Hey, Lucy, how about you come back and work for me in Pawnee?" And then she's like, "Alright, cool. I just have to talk to my boyfriend about it." Then Tom's like, "Oh, okay." And then that exact same day, they travel back to Pawnee. Lucy leaves her house, her job, her boyfriend, and goes to Pawnee. Now look, okay, if she wasn't going there for good, like, why'd they have to do it that day? Don't give me the crap like she'll go back later and quit her job and sell her house. Don't give me that crap. Because even if that's what's going to happen, which I guess it is, why didn't she just do that and then go to Pawnee? Like, it's not a short drive. Why in the world did she decide to go to Pawnee, then go back to Chicago, then sell her stuff in Chicago, then go back to Pawnee? That makes no sense. And she talked to her boyfriend about it in like an hour. He's like, yeah, cool. And it only took like an hour to talk to her boyfriend because time of day barely changed. Don't give me the thing that it was 10 hours. So that's bullcrap right there. That happened in the first or second episode. She hasn't been seen since. So I don't know what's going on with that. They probably just forgot to keep writing the storyline. That's probably what happened. But after that, Andy's like, yeah, things are gonna go well, because he doesn't know that Lucy already has a girlfriend, but she does. Now she's working for Tom for some odd reason. So that is Tom's storyline. Let's talk about Andy. He has a job that no one knows what it is. He has his own TV show that Jerry/Terry/Gary/Harry/Berry/Neri/everything else. He is now doing random crap. They're just throwing him into the show because they need his character. Wait, didn't he quit? He retired. Huh. I guess I don't care. Yeah. Remember when he retired? And then the next episode, they're like, yeah, so how do we bring Jerry back? He just goes back to work. He just goes back to work like the next episode. Dude, you retired. You didn't quit and go to another job. You retired. And now you're back all of a sudden. And now he actually has a job. He's not just like once a week like he was when they brought him back. No. Now it's a job. I don't care. That's sloppy writing right there. Why did he even have to retire? Because he mentioned in like season 2 when he's like, I got my pension soon. No, bullcrap. I don't buy it. That's dumb. That's lazy. That's sloppy. Terrible writing right there. Don't give me any excuses. It's awful. Let's keep moving here. So, yeah, that's about it for Andy. Now he's all of a sudden, an adult. So, with that. And April is also an adult all of a sudden, who, doesn't want to be. And now she wants to, find a new job, but she can't. So, there you go. And her and Andy bought this crappy old house that's fallen apart because they wanted to be impulsive. Also, Andy got naked and almost ran around this whole... I don't even know what it was. It was some event for Ben. Oh, speaking of Ben, yeah, let's get to him. Ben is Ben. Moving on. Leslie. She's the same as she was last season. It left off with her being the head of the whatever she's the head of now. Something for Colorado that's in Pawnee. I don't know what it is. But, yeah. She's just doing her job. And, really, the only story that goes along with her is between her and Ron. But before we get to them, let's go to Donna. She has her own business for some reason. I forget what it is already. Okay, back to Ron and Leslie. So, they're fighting because... Oh, you remember that park? The park that was brought into the show in, like, the first episode? And ever since, I've been trying to build it, and it's been getting success after success after failure after failure after success after success. It's been a roller coaster. It's been intense. We've been excited. We want to see the thing built. It was built in the 3 years. They built the park in the 3 years that they skipped. So the whole show is about the park, and then they say, oh, it's done. What was this show about? Why was I watching this show? To see the park get built. Now it's built, but don't worry, because now there's a new park that they want to build. Ron left and made his own company called, like, Very Good Business or some crap like that. And he works with a bunch of idiots that Ron would never work with. They're lowlifes who play video games. Ron would never go into business with them, no matter how much money they have. He would never do it under any circumstances. So why they made him partner with them, Grizzle, I have absolutely no idea. Grizzle is the name of the company full of idiots. Why they partnered, I have no clue, because Ron would never work with people like that. No matter what. Don't be like, oh, they bought him out, because he would never do that for money. We know him, we know that he cares about his reputation, about his quality of business, about the way that he goes about business, and he would never work with idiots like that. Even if they're not idiots, okay, but they're teenagers who just play video games. He wouldn't go into business with them. And they have the dumb, like, Tom Haverford catchphrases. It's stupid, okay? It's straight up stupid that Ron is working with them. But anyway, Ron, the Newports are selling some land, and now Ron wants to buy it to do something with for his company, and Leslie wants to buy it to turn it into a national park, I believe. So, don't worry, they built that park, but now there's another park. Why couldn't the other park have been the storyline? It made a lot of sense. Now we just have to go through another park? They didn't know what they were doing with this season. I'm sorry, they're like, okay, the park is built, we need a new park. Newport, sell some land so we can have some park. Really? That's how you get the storyline? Come on, man. No. But anyway, they want to buy the land, and Leslie's broke, and Ron isn't. So Ron offers, I believe, $90 million to the Newports. And, they pitched that idea to Jessica Wicks and a lawyer. And then Leslie goes in, and she's like, I'm broke, so I bid $0. And then she's like, well, why would I do that? That's what Jessica Wicks says. And then Leslie's all like, well, because it would give the Newports a good name. And Jessica's all like, oh, that's a good idea. The Newports don't care about reputation. Wasn't there something where they made like chocolate out of like rat crap or something? Or rat turd, or rats. There was some dumb thing like that a few seasons back that they mentioned. They don't care about their reputation. They're not that type of company, and they would never take an offer for $0 without thinking about it. They would never consider that, because they didn't take it, but they would never consider that offer. Ever. Just to build up the reputation. Because it's not like something happened that destroyed it. They've been the way that they've always been. They don't care about their reputation. Maybe they'll do some scandalous, like, business maneuvers and all that to get their reputation up. Like, kind of cheat their way around to make them look better. But they would never do it for zero money. They would never actually do something good to build up the reputation. They might build it up, as I said, with corrupt ways that really don't build it up, but it looks like to the public that they have a better reputation, even though in doing so they really don't. But no, this is a situation where they're doing it, where they're actually doing something that would make their reputation better, and they're actually wanting to make it better. And they're not the type of company that would do that. So stop with the bullcrap, because in 3 years, they did not change. They're the same company, and they would never ever do that. And it annoys me to the highest extent that they are taking this show and taking the plot lines that we've known and for somewhat loved for most of the show, and they are destroying them. Tom, first of all, was always a failure, and I accept that he's finally a success, but in 3 years he has like 5 restaurants or something like that? No. It's not that easy. It's not like he fails and then fails and then fails and then all of a sudden has 5 restaurants in 3 years. Now, they're not like 5-star restaurants, all of them, but still. But say, I'll let that one slide. But Ron getting business with a bunch of idiot teenagers, no. Just for the money or whatever reason, no. Absolutely not. Leslie hates Ron now because Ron tore down Anne's house or something. Because he wanted a job at the Parks Department, or not the Parks Department, but Leslie, whatever department Leslie leads, Ron wanted a job there because Leslie took everyone and made them work for her, and now everyone else left to make their own businesses, so Ron was alone, so Ron quit, but he wanted a job with Leslie, right, because he missed his friends. That's not the Ron that we know and love. I understand that characters can change, I really do, but Ron Swanson is a character that has changed to the fullest extent. He got married, he has kids, he even had a baby. He is the character who has changed all he can change. You can change that aspect of him, you can change that aspect of him, but what you can't change is his actual personality. You can have someone come into his life and change him, but you cannot have him change from people leaving, because you know what? In the past, when he's alone, when he's not with anyone, when he's all alone, he loves it. So don't give me the crap that he misses his friends, because in the past, all he's wanted is to be without other people, and in his cabin in the woods, he is without other people, and There have been several times when he's alone in the office and he loved it to death, and he did not change in that way. So don't even change his character like that, but for some reason they did, and then he tore down Anne's house because Leslie stood him up for lunch that he scheduled with her to ask her for a job. And now they hate each other because of that incident, where Leslie hates Ron and then Ron hates her back because he can, you know, that type of thing. But this is bull crap. They would never hate each other, ever. And the reason that he hates her would never really even happen. That would never happen. And Leslie, I would say, is the one character that they did not totally destroy. Because she hates Ron, and I don't like that, but it's for a petty reason that the classic Leslie would get mad about. So I'm fine with Leslie's character, but everyone else is bullcrap for now. Because Jerry, it has 1,000 names. They're like, hey, you remember when it was funny that we found out his name was Gary and they called him Jerry? Hey, let's switch his name again. I'm like, okay, that's kind of funny. Then like, let's do it again. I'm like, okay. They're like, let's do it again. I'm like, okay, stop now. Like, let's do it again. I'm like, will you stop switching his name? His name is Gary, or you can call him Jerry. I don't care. But stop switching his name, for the love of God. It's not funny anymore. That joke is old. Stop milking it. Jerry's name changed. Whoop-de-doo. Stop milking that joke. For the love of God, leave his name as it is. Thank you. God. I'm getting mad right now. This is a rage coming out right now. Oh, Joan Calamezzo is back, by the way. Yeah, they're doing this thing where they just bring back a bunch of characters. Like, remember when Little Sebastian died and there was that janitor who was playing the music in the headphones when they were having the moment of silence, and he was like taking the trash, and then Leslie's like, okay, I got it. Remember that janitor? Yeah, they brought him back for some reason. The same music was playing in the headphones. They brought back Joan Calamezzo, who is now a psychotic, sex-crazed drunk, I guess. She's insane now. She is out of her mind. And they brought her back for one episode just to get her back in the show. I heard that Paul Rudd is coming back, being in Newport, which makes sense with the plot. But oh my God, I can't take this show. I can't take it. Please end it right now. Stop this season. Take back everything that you aired and be like, pretend it didn't happen. Those were bonus episodes. It could have ended last season. Tell me one reason why it couldn't have ended last season. I can, because Leslie didn't build the park yet. Oh, but wait, what's this? The park was built in the 3 years that passed? So I thought that they didn't end it because they wanted to finish the park storyline. But then they finished that without even showing it to you. Without even showing it. They ended that, and they literally brought it back for another season. And literally every single thing that happened is a brand new storyline that could go on for another 5 seasons. But the show is crap now. They're milking the storylines. They're milking the characters. They're changing characters for the sake of changing them. And they have this whole season for absolutely no apparent reason. And if it had ended last season, everyone would have been way happier. And they messed up so bad with this season. And they know it. And I don't care how the rest of the season goes. It messed up in the first 4 episodes already, to the point that it cannot be fixed. And Parks and Recreation is officially doomed. End of story. That's it. The show is done. They didn't need another season, but they brought it back anyway. And I'm fine with that if it was good. And the comedy, as I said, it's there as it was last season. That doesn't mean it's good. Last season it wasn't that good either. So it's not that good. But they're taking things to the extreme in terms of characters. They're milking them, and they're changing them for the sake of having the show be new and different and innovative. It's not. They're failing horribly. They really are. Because you know what? The characters, they're just... nothing makes sense anymore. And I heard one of the actors say, it's like a brand new, completely different show now. And they were right. It's not the Parks and Rec that we once knew. It's not the Parks and Rec that it started as, or that it ended as last season. It's something new and different that we don't like. And I don't know how they thought we would. So sorry for getting all mad and yelling, but I had to let that out. This show, I had to let it out. One more thing. forgot to mention before, Tom is now looking to date Lucy. Do you remember last season when there was that chick that he was dating? There was this girl that was like some hot doctor or nurse or something, and he was thrilled. And she went to a different country, I believe, for maybe at school or a job. I forget why she went back. But they had a discussion, and she said that when she comes back, she will not forget him. Right? That's what he was afraid of, because she was hot and she could get any guy. And he was afraid that she would get another guy, and that she would forget about him. She promised it wouldn't happen, that's the last we heard of her, and now they're acting like it never happened. Tom's like, I want a girl, and he didn't even bring her up. So they're actually forgetting about plot lines that they made up. Now, the only thing I could see happening is that she comes back and has conflict with the new girlfriend that Tom gets. But Tom should remember her. It's not good. Tom might be a fool and an idiot, but he's not that much of an idiot. He would remember a girlfriend that went to a different country. And you tell me that they don't keep in contact? They're dating and they're like, alright, I'll see you when I get back, honey. No. They would keep it, they would call each other or something. Especially now that the show's in 2017 and there's Grizzle tablets and a bunch of other high-tech crap just for the sake of making it in the future. They would definitely have contacted each other. This show doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I'll leave it at that. Alright? Oh, they also brought back Councilman Jam and Tammy, who, Tammy wanted to make Jam the new Ron. So she got him all looking like Ron, and then Leslie went to Jam, and she's like, this isn't good. And then he's like, I need help. So Leslie and Ron help him, then they go to the library, and then Tammy's there, obviously, because they want her to be there. Like, they go there to meet her, she's supposed to be there. There's nothing wrong with that. So Jam goes, and he's like, I'm gonna break up with you, and then she's like, they're manipulating you, and then he's like, no. Then she strips down and takes out everything. Like, everything is out. Everything. And then Jam is, I guess, trying not to look, and then he's like, no, I'm not doing it. And then he walks away, he breaks up. Tammy's like, what? She's like, these boobs don't help get you back? And I'm talking about everything was out. And yeah, so that's why she got mad. And then, so that storyline was over, and those characters are gone, for now at least. So, they're bringing characters back for the sake of bringing them back. That's number one. Number two, they're milking the characters themselves. Number three, they're milking the plot lines themselves. Number four, they're changing the characters too much. And number five, it doesn't make any sense. That's the 5 reasons. Those are the 5 things that are wrong with Parks and Rec right now. The season will fail. Not hopeful. So, thank you for watching. We're trying to get an upload schedule going. We're thinking about maybe Mondays and Fridays. But we're not sure. This probably isn't even posted on Monday. It's probably like Saturday or Sunday. It's being filmed on a Friday. So don't let that, throw you off track, because we're just trying to get videos out when we can right now, but we're coming out with that upload schedule. And we're thinking about Mondays and Fridays, but it's not finalized. We will let you know when it is. Follow us on all our social media down in the description below for updates and crap, and we just talk about personal lives that no one cares about, like, just ate a burger. For some reason, people post that on Twitter. If they could post it, I can post it. Also, I'll post any new videos of me eating pudding. We like pudding. Tapioca pudding, not so much, but chocolate pudding is good. You'll know what we mean if you've watched our previous videos. Speaking of which, you should go, you should watch them all, like them all, view them all, which is the same thing as watching them all. And you should subscribe. Click, I don't know, where am I putting it? Put it here. There's an annotation somewhere. Click it. If you're on mobile, then I'm doing this for no reason. You can just go to the description. But subscribe, like, view, do all that good stuff. Support this channel. And any ideas for videos, tweet them to us. Put them in the comment section. We have Facebook and Instagram. And the Facebook, I don't even know if Facebook is working. Whenever I click the link to go to my own Facebook page, it's like, it's not working. I'm like, well, we made the page, I don't know what you want me to do. But anyway, I don't know, give it a shot. But give us any ideas that you want, any questions or comments about this video, post them down below. Don't be afraid to get aggressive, because I was aggressive in this video. So once again, thank you guys for watching. We will see you next time here on Media Public. Peace.